Yay, we're recording. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Best day of the week. I mean, like, it doesn't get any better than payday every Tuesday, right? And I always say we get paid twice on Tuesday because we have this amazing Zoom. And I have been looking forward to this Zoom for like a month since I asked Toni to be on. For those of you guys that don't know who Toni is, if you're on this Zoom, Toni is one of our uplines. It's so crazy. Like, we are about to hear the story of literally, I'm talking OG. Toni's an OG. She is one of the first thrivers and has been with the company since pretty much the beginning. And her story, I mean, I get chills every single time I hear it, especially thinking about how far we've come since that day that you met in a parking lot getting a baggie of pills. And I can't wait for you to share your story. Toni, there's so many people on that are brand new that don't know anything about you at all. And that is why I love this Zoom every week, because people get to hear from different 200Ks in the company, but it's even more special when it's one of our uplines and they get to really hear who you are, your heart, your story. So I want to start from the beginning, like way back. What were you doing before you got into network marketing, before you did this? And then how did you find network marketing and Lavelle?
Well, so it is so nice to talk to all of you guys, and wanted to introduce myself to you guys that I haven't met yet. But so I'm Toni, and I'm just like everybody else that had a desire and a dream and wanted to do something. And so before I did network marketing, I was a nurse. So I worked in the critical care and I worked in the coronary intensive care with the heart. And then I was a heart transplant nurse as well. And then started working in kidney transplants. So I did that for like 20 years. And I was tired and I was worn out and exhausted, like many of us that have been introduced to the product. And I did network marketing, but I wasn't as successful. I guess I was successful because I made enough money to put my son through college to get an aerospace engineer degree and only have one semester that we borrowed any money. And then we paid that back. But, enough to know that I loved it and that I wanted to go further. But I loved my career and I worked a lot of hours. So, going into that story, how I did it, I tried out a lot of different companies and products. And eventually I met Paul Gravett in another company. And that led me to Lavelle. Well, when he called me one day, he caught me on a day on the weekend where I was tired, worn out, exhausted. I was sleeping to try to catch up from the day and the week before of working all of these hours and being on call. And, he told me to get a free account, just like we tell our friends. And I'm like, okay, because I trusted him. That was pre-launch before we launched the product. That was in 2012. And I knew I just needed the product, so I trusted him just like we trust our friends that are reaching out to us. And yeah, so did you want me to go into letting everybody know how I got those samples?
Yeah, so I know that he didn't even let you try the product until you got a bunch of accounts, didn't he? Or is that
Yeah.
kind of how it went?
It is. Like he's never been easy on me. Okay. I never expected that. I mean, I knew that if I was going to do it, I needed to follow his guidelines, but I trusted him so much that I did. But I had to know that I needed to give that message to my friends to let them know and to trust me, because I didn't even have a website, you guys. Like I couldn't just go, oh, go to this link on my Lavelle page and you can see all the videos. I didn't even have that. Like we had nothing because we didn't even know the name of the product was Lavelle, right? I didn't know it was Thrive. I didn't know it was Lavelle. I didn't know anything. I just had to funnel my friends to this link and get their email. And that's what I did before he sent me any product. Okay. I just know that on that conversation, he was saying, I'll get you some product, but you need to go out and get all these people, 100 people, like pre-building, because I was in a pre-launch situation. So that's exactly true and how that happened before I even experienced that product, when Jason gave me some product from the laboratory, which was funny how that
So
happened.
you gotta tell everybody that story. So how you this is so funny. You actually were in the company like when they were just creating packaging. Like you got to help pick like what the packaging would look like. And you you also, we didn't have patches then. There were no patches yet. So share with everybody what, like how you got the product in your hand.
Yes. So, that was a true leap of faith. And when I got the product, I was in Dallas area where I lived, and it came from the laboratory. So it was not in a package. It was not in, these single serve packages right here. It came directly from the laboratory, and it had the vanilla mix that smelled really amazing in a Ziploc bag. And, Jason just happened to have some, and they talked, and he said, okay, I'll drop it off in this parking lot, and tied it in a bag, because I guess that's what he had in his car. I mean, it was just like a plastic sack, and tied it on this little tumbleweed mesquite bush thing, and had my product in there, and I had to go find it. Okay. But it is not marked. It was not, literally, y'all, it was white vanilla powder in a Ziploc, and some capsules in another clear Ziploc that you could see through, because they were not in packaging yet, because you couldn't, what I was told is you can't put out all of the ingredients and put out, your product label like it is now, when you're in pre-launch and you're still developing. But I did get to try it that way. So talk about a nurse that comes back home to her husband, and he knew I was going to go pick it up, and I'd already signed up. And then I'm going to take these unidentified, packages of product. But you got to realize I knew them. They're the co-founders. I knew that I was getting ready to take nutrition product. And I did, and I felt good. And I remember Paul, and there's a video out there where I was interviewed once, and I'm on one of the YouTube videos that you can hear me in the background going, and I felt great because I did, whenever I got that into my system. I mean, we all have nutritional gaps. It's like, but where do you need to help fill them? And I needed a lot. And so I really felt good when I got that into my body. But, to get more of the product, because you're still developing. I mean, that was in August of 2012. The first product didn't even launch until October. I was still telling people. And the crazy thing about it is that when you take a leap of faith and you're trying to share with people, and like now we have it like amazing videos and a website and testimonials and things that we can share. In the beginning, it was our testimonies. We had an 800 number that we would call in and record our voices, and they would let people call in and hear us, like a little 15-second little bit of how we felt. And that's what we did in the very beginning. It was our story and getting people to trust us. There really wasn't samples. And the samples that we had when the product launched in October was not these individual packages right here. It was a big bag of our lifestyle mix that we would get around a table. And part of the Georgia team that started when they did their first local, which they just got around in a gathering at a senior center, and just got around the big round tables and talked and shared product. But what they did at the house, and this was some of the first promoters, when another gal friend named Lisa, and she was the leader of the Georgia team, 200K, that y'all might know. And she had her team, and they would get around a table at the house in Georgia, and they would take shake mix that was in the bags, and they would put it in snack Ziplocs, the real small ones, and they would do 3 of those, and then they would put that into like a quart size, so that when they put it in the bubble wrap mailer, then it went out, then it's not going to, you know, get destroyed or, punctured in the process. And so I'm going in my closet to kind of show you guys now. So just like one of these is what they use, these bubble wrap mailers right here. And they would put that shake mix, and I have it somewhere, but literally it was in a Ziploc, and then we would put it in there. They found very creative ways to build their business and get that out. Now, their friends knew that they were going to be getting it in the mail this way. So they knew, these friends, okay, you're going to get it. I'm going to give you some of mine because we don't have individual. And they're like, okay. And, later after that, the product launched, and we had this leaderboard, and I saved this paper right here, but it basically says, I don't know, it's backwards on this, but it says congratulations right here, and premium leadership winning, and it just goes on. And they would send us this, and whenever we would get on the leaderboard in the back office, meaning that we got 100 free accounts, or 50 more for the week, or whatever, the contest was, that we would earn ourselves some products so we could start sharing. So in the very beginning, we only had these 2 products right here. And so we got to vote on it, which was it was nice, because you're like a part of that process. And I remember it was either going to be like purple or a fuchsia pink for the women's capsule. So it could have been a fuchsia pink package, but we all voted on the purple that it is now, and then the blue. So in the beginning, we didn't have these individual packs that we have now that we're able to go out and share. So, the way it's evolved is amazing. But I took that leap of faith, and I kept, and then when those first product launch went out, it was amazing. You guys, it's like when we had the Drive Against Cancer DFT just launch, it was like that. If you saw your back office, was people started ordering package with only for the launch.
Hey, Toni, I don't know if it's
that we had the small one. Then that's what's amazing, and being able to share it with your friends and letting their excitement come about because they're seeing how it is going.
you were cutting out, but you're better now.
I think it was because I was walking around trying to show you guys the packaging. So
yeah, no, you're good now. You know what? One of the things I remember when like we first met, and you would tell me about how you guys were in a room, like I remember like just meeting, and how you were talking about basically how small it was, like just getting started. Like I can't even imagine. Did you ever think in a million years it would be where it is now?
no, and I'm blessed because I always wanted to be a part of a company that could totally change my life, and it totally did. And whenever, I remember that. I remember when I was in Arizona, and I got to share and met you for the very first time. And, it's exciting. I mean, if you just focus on the things that you want, but you're working with your team, and you're working with your friends, and you focus more on helping them, I promise that excitement and what happens to you, your team grows the more. I mean, the more that you get the people on the product on Thrive, and the more that you focus on helping them get it for free, because we get it for free, and then there's never a problem with anybody, not quitting if it's free. But the company gives us that, and the amazing bonuses, and to really realize that, I was working full time in the very beginning. Um, and so I didn't have to work every day because I made a career change in my nursing career as a rep. So I was in between doctors' offices. So I could talk on the phone. I could share with people. So you're just figuring it out and doing a little at a time when you can and fits into your schedule, but never giving up and always being consistent. You can totally have things that you want when you put that time in and never give up. But I didn't think that, because Lisa, in the beginning, I just wanted to feel better, and I wanted to have extra money. My kids were in college, and have extra money for that, and to do things that I wanted to do, but it just kept growing. And then I was getting a taste of what it could be and the things that I'd always wished for. And then the day that I was able to walk away from my nursing career, I was really, I mean, it just opened up, because I was able to focus 100% more of this team that was exploding, and people were wanting to know more about Thrive, so
So
very
how
blessed.
fast did you go 200K?
It, I could look back in the back office, but I mean, it was in that first year, because you got to remember, we were just starting to grow between October and December of 2012. And, it took me a little longer because we weren't established yet. We were still getting, it was within the first 6 months, I was 200K, and it went fast, like crazy. Like, I had my car bonus fast. I'm on one of the first videos of having that Lexus that qualified in the beginning. So yeah, really fast. And then within 1 year is whenever I was able to make that career change. But I had to make sure it was real. I told my husband, "Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. I want to quit. I want to, be able to focus on this full time." And we were just like astonished that this was doing so amazing. We were feeling good, but I wanted to make sure that it was going to continue, and it did.
So let's talk about, I mean, I think everybody always like, you pray for rock star. And you actually signed Maria Dillard, who is another one of our uplines. How long into your business? So how long had you been in when you found Maria?
Well, we worked together, but it was a year in before, after I'd already hit 200K, but after in 2013, and you all have someone that, even though you don't want to bring up the business aspect of it, but do it. And, we worked together, and she reached out because she wanted to get on the product. She was had experience with another product that she was just a consumer of, but everybody needs a little bit of extra energy. And so when she reached out, she just wanted to try out the product for energy and to feel good. I mean, she has um, all the kids, and then she had twins, and, you know, I gave her samples. And so then I just told her, "Hey, did you know you could get this product for free?" Well, when she joined the company, it was prior to Christmas time. And she was thinking, "Okay, I'm really loving this product. And you just said that I could earn this, potentially earn this for free. But okay, I want to do that." And then we talked a little bit more about, like, well, you do know about these bonuses that you could potentially earn. And that just triggered, like, I really need to pay for Christmas. But see, I didn't know all of that. Okay. So she just jumped on it and started telling people. And the best thing, those were some good times. I mean, we worked together at the same company when she was a speech pathologist, and I was doing marketing as a nurse now for this home health company. That's when I was a rep after I left the hospital. And we tagged up, and like, that's what you guys can do. And she would put me on a 3-way phone call with a friend which now we all know each other because they're all in Lavelle and we all see each other and worked with each other. But she would get me on the phone and I would just share my experience. I mean, just girlfriends talking. This is how I started. This is how I feel. And she would put the phone on mute and put it in her car and go in and see her patient. Well, I didn't know that that's what we were doing. I thought she was coming right back, but she had to go and take care of her patient. And then I'm like, well, okay, she'll be back in a little bit and she'll call you. And then she called me back, well, how'd that go? And I'm like, well, how'd that go? Where did you go? And then we found out, okay, that's how we're going to tag team and do this. And, and that's what we did, not just with Maria, but everybody and all of the nurses that were busy. We utilized each other's stories. And if we couldn't talk, then, they would just mute their phone and we would visit. And that's what we did. We leaned on each other and helped each other because you can't do this. It's not my team. It's our team. We're doing this together. We're helping each other. That's what we do, is help each other. And we found out that worked and we kept doing it.
So were you like, it's just so crazy because you were already at 200K. You were a year in when you found Maria. So you had already a pretty good team built, you know what I mean? And then Maria came in, and if you guys don't know who Maria Dillard is, she is also one of our uplines. So it goes Toni, it's like Paul, and then Toni, and then Maria, and then Amber, Chas, me, and that's the kind of the story. But it's so crazy because I just think back to like that time, and you guys had what, 2 products, and then slowly you started getting more products, and then the patch came when they came out with the DFT. That's where the company really saw like crazy growth. And it's been a while. I mean, how long have you been in now? 8 years?
Yeah, since 2012. So this August, it's going to be 9 years. It's like crazy. So
It's and like looking back at like the first conference or the first lifestyle getaway, I mean, how many people were there?
okay, so I don't know if you've seen the pictures, but we had a suite in Vegas, okay? And so you buy one of the bigger suites that had like a kitchen and another room. That was our VIP, okay? We were in that room standing together, and then the hotel brought food and drinks and put on the side of the counter on the bar in there for us. And so that was our VIP. And I don't even know, there was not very many people in that room at that VIP event because we were all standing together, just gathering together. And it wasn't a convention. It wasn't like, the Fort Worth Convention Center where we go now for Thrivepalooza. It wasn't these big, 1,000 to 3,000, trips. I don't even know. There was, there could have been 50 in that room. There could have been 100, but it was not like it is now. And so getting to see that, and, and here's the thing, when you look back at pictures, and I looked at one the other day, and I used to set up and, at the LA Fitness, because on Thursday nights, I remember when I was living outside of Flower Mound in Dallas area, Highland Village, Flower Mound, south of Denton. Um, the gym was right across the street. And so I utilized that, and I walked across, and I have the picture that I just saw in the Facebook memories, which is amazing because you can look back and see where you started and where you are now. And I put boxes in the bags, and I had a purple $1 tablecloth that was purple that I got at the dollar store. And I put it over because it was customer appreciation for members. And I would just go set it up. And I had some things that I had printed out at like Office Depot, and the product. I didn't have samples. I didn't have anything. I got their email and I signed them up for free. I just got them an account, take a look. But, it's this thing, it's the growing and the things that you see and the things that you guys are seeing now and that you saw last month. And when you can look back at those pictures and know that you're truly blessed and that you're still, sharing with people that have a dream and have a vision. Most people want to feel better, but those people that actually, need income, it's a great way to do it. Part time, you know, working from your
Do
home.
do you how okay, I weren't you inducted into like the 10 figure, or what was the figure? Like
That of 8 figures, we did that. And I think I posted that picture yesterday on Women's Day, on International Women's Day. I posted that. Yeah, but I mean,
8 figures means that you've made over
yeah, like, oh,
10,
that's not just sales, but
like $10 million.
so we can't talk about it, but you know what it
Well,
is.
we can't talk about it, but like hypothetically speaking, in the last 8 years, like hypothetically, you've made over $10 million.
It's crazy that two products can lead you to dreams that are beyond what you can even realize that could potentially happen. The day that I was inducted into the Millionaire Club, I was like, my, my heart was beating. I remember sitting in that convention center and knowing that this was going to happen because they told me, and I'm just sitting there and I could feel my heart just like beating out. I was like having to calm down. I mean, like, I have to go up on the stage, you know. I mean, it was a tearful, joyful, beautiful moment, and I just cried happy tears, um, receiving those, because you get white roses when you go up on the stage and they hand those to you, and you can't even see the audience when you're getting pictures. But it's a nice thing. It's you were part of helping other people and going up there. But
So
I
we're
was
all
nervous.
on here today because you said yes. Your yes led to every single person in one way, one way, shape, or form. We're all right now listening to this Zoom because of your yes. And it's crazy. Like that one person, like everybody on here, your yes can be this. I mean, this is what it can lead to. It's just insanity. How do you know how many millionaires you have on your team?
There a lot. I mean, if I would have to pull everybody and everyone that Mari would pull numbers from, you and the ones like that were there, the girls from Georgia, that started, you look and I mean, in excess of 50. It's
That's
crazy.
insane. That's insane. In 8 years, like it's just insane. I mean, I was with another company before this that was 20 years old, and they didn't even have that many millionaires at 20 years old in their entire company, much less on just one team. It's like crazy to think about. I want to talk about this really quick because one of the things I think that makes you so successful, well, two things that I really look up to you with is that you don't care who, what level somebody's on, whether they're in level 19 or level 1 to you. You work with everybody. Like you're just the type of person that it doesn't matter to you. You don't go, oh, I'm not making money off this person, or oh, they're not making me as much money. Like you work with everybody. Like you just dive in. Anybody messages you, you're there. I mean, it's incredible. But I also think the reason why you've been so successful is because you have not reinvented any wheels. Like you're doing the same thing that you did 8 years ago. You're doing the same thing today. You haven't changed anything. You are grabbing free accounts. You're doing what you were taught, right? Which is grab free accounts, share, duplicate, and you're not making it more difficult than that. But that is why you continue to here we are 8 years in. That's why you continue to earn every trip. That's why you continue to constantly still sign people. And trust me, after 8 years, I'm sure your network, your original network is probably burnt out. I mean, you probably signed the people that you knew then that were going to sign. And so to continue to grow your network, you're doing it the same exact way, which is just getting samples in people's hands and making sure that you're getting free accounts. Like, share a little bit about what you do to grow your network and how you do that. How do you get these free accounts?
Okay, so you have to get a little bit more creative when you've been in this long, and um, you have to go back to what you did in the beginning, because it's not, I promise you guys, I have to work my business every day because I would get bored, and I love doing it. I'm a nurse. That was my heart is, and what do? They help other people. Okay. So I still love to do that. The number one thing that's exciting to me is when I get new people on Thrive, and those that'll finally realize that they have the potential. They just, you got to realize, here's the thing. I'm trying to answer three things at once, but you have to do the same thing. I just enrolled a girl locally just last week and talked to her this morning. And she started out on a sample because I saw her post that she was working 3 jobs and working nights and working days. And now she just told me this morning she gets to go, they offered
Never
her full
been to
time. So
it.
she gets to cut back
The
on those
whole
other two
time I've worked.
jobs. But talking about being tired, worn out, exhausted, I reached out to her. Okay. So I got her a free account, just like we're supposed to. I got her samples in her hand, and now she already ordered her first month product. Now I'm going to help her sister that is on a sample, because I gave her some extra, and then I'm going to enroll hers because I'm going to help her get her product for free. So I do the same thing everybody does, the exact same thing. But I have to really look for people. I have to go out, and it's been difficult with getting out, but I still have the phone, and I still have Facebook, and I still have free accounts, and I still can see. But you have to flat out ask, hey, have you heard of Thrive? Would you be open to a sample? I know that you're really busy. I saw that you were working 3 jobs and you're tired. I was that way too. Yes, I would love more information. And that's how I went right from there. And then I turn around and I'm working their people. So I want her to love the product, and I want her to developing this relationship with her, that I've known her and we've been friends, but now I'm getting to know her. I met her this weekend again. I'm helping her friends now start to thrive. So we're in the beginning of that, but that's how you do it. It's the same thing, you know, um, getting out there. And then those that want to grow and build this business, you got to find out, you got to have the solution for why. You can't just say you want to be a promoter. You have to say, I can help you with this. They need extra money. You're the solution. And so you get them on the phone, with someone, and let them share the story about being a promoter. That's it. That's all you're doing. It's like, Lisa, it's like, I look every day at everybody on your team, Lisa. I'm talking about you, Lisa. How amazing you guys are, like very successful. And the things that you do and the people that trust you and everyone in your downline is, y'all are hard workers, let me tell you, but y'all have the most fun. And if you want to hang out with anyone on a trip, they're the ones to hang out with. They have so much fun. Stephanie and Brittany, I look at them every day and I see how their lives have been changed, and how many things that totally changed in their life for the better. And I, I just look at them, I look at Brittany and I'm just like, oh my gosh, like she is good on Instagram. She's great on her stories. And you learn from other people, because if I'm not doing something, that's giving me results, then I look and I say, what are they doing? And I try to stay up on that because people like to see that, and you look, well, maybe my age gap, maybe I need to learn how to, and I do stories more now, but find out who you want to have your business model and what are they doing to get it, which is the basics, I guarantee you, but the way they're going about doing it and attracting people to see what they're doing. Save the Lavelle pictures, save the real bright and shiny things. Go outside and hold this product up and take a picture outside in the sunshine and show people that you're sitting by the pool, that you're, at your lunch break talking to someone. Let them see the behind scenes. Those two girls do an amazing job. Y'all all do, okay? Every single one of you
Yeah,
do.
they're pretty incredible. I definitely steal I steal a lot of their stuff for sure. You know, 8 years is a long time, and I know that it hasn't been all up. Business is in a straight line, and you've had people leave. I mean, what do you think when you see a 200K just up and leave? Does it freak you out? Have you ever been like, oh my God, maybe I
It,
should go?
it happens. I mean, it's just part of the business, it happens in every company, not just here. It happens everywhere. Okay. I mean, I've left several companies before, but I wasn't a 200K or whatever they called it in that company. But I'm telling you, if if you it's like anything, Lisa. It's like, if we're not working out or whatever, or we're not going to, a luncheon all the time, you get used to not doing that. And so you're not, so in the business part of it, in this company, if you're not paying attention and helping people and staying in the trenches and getting people on Thrive and helping them get it for free, your business is gonna crumble if you're not engaged. And it happens and it drives me nuts. But uh I can't, it has to be fixed when you're looking in the mirror. Okay. You have, everybody can come back to bring that back up and get out there, but you got to have the excitement again, um it happens. But my gosh, we have a gold mine. Okay. You just got to keep going, and it's a sorting, and you got to keep going, and you got to find those Lisas, you got to find those Marias, you got to find, those people that are on your team that have that desire to be driven. And knowing, you got to realize, we grow up being told no. Okay. No, you're going to fall. You're starting to walk as a little kid. No, you're going to fall down. No, get up. No, you know, and you keep going, and you think, what is the worst thing that can happen is a no. Those no's that we get now are potential yeses. And you got to say, now as an adult, if I have friends, I have it all the time, that tell me no, that means it's not the time. Okay. But it doesn't mean that they want to be a promoter. They might want to be a product consumer, and they might not want the 3 steps. Okay. Some people maybe really need skincare, we're fine lines and wrinkles, and they want our CBD skincare, things like that. Let them focus on that. That might be their niche and their people, that are skincare, let them do that. Then introduce them more to the Thrive experience. I mean, you take it where you can, but have fun at it. I mean, here we are, we're getting, the summertime's coming, we're hopefully getting past, some of this weather that we've been having. I used to live in Arizona, so the weather's always good there. But here in Texas, we've had this terrible weather and freezing, but there's sunshine coming. It's starting to warm up. You're going to want to get out, you're starting to share with people. We're feeling better. And don't give up wherever you are. Start over, reach out to those people. And it might just be because you're holding their hand and helping them again, and because you care. And that's exactly what people want. Is they're going to go, well, my upline left, or this person left. Well, you know what? You can build a potential 200K millionaire business if you just reach out and help those people, even if they're 16 levels deep or wherever, because guess what? If you need volume on that leg, you need the volume. And if it's coming from 16 levels deep and you got a 200K or 80K or 40K and they're putting in tons of people, you better be working with them. That's where it's coming from.
Right. I mean, you work with your workers. Doesn't matter where they are, because there's an amazing thing in this business called compression. So eventually, the real workers always rise to the top. And, you're going to see people come and go. I've been doing this for 10 years and you just do. Like, they come, they go. And sometimes people quit and you're like, how could they quit that kind of paycheck? Or why would they quit when they were, we actually just had a girl quit who was amazing. I
Mm.
was like, what is going on? Like, she hit 12K. And it's so crazy because myself and Heather McCloskey are like, oh my gosh, she's on to her third company. Like, and she just left like a month ago and she's already on to 3 companies. It's like,
Yeah.
it's the person and they're just not fulfilled, and it's something else. I mean, they don't know what they're searching for, but at the end of the day, I mean, with the growth, especially that Lavelle's seeing, I mean, it's insane to think about where it started. Where you started in a parking lot with a baggie of powder, probably looking like a drug deal. And now to where we are 8 years later, and how many millionaires are on your team, and an 8-figure earner. I mean, it's insane. What do you think? I mean, since you've been in now for 8 years and you see people, we see people come in all the time and they succeed and some fail and some quit and some stay. I mean, what do you feel like is something that people need to make sure they look out for, not, or don't fall into certain patterns? Like, what do you see, where do you see people kind of go wrong, I guess is the question, like as a promoter, or where things kind of stall out or maybe start going backwards? Where do you see that happening with people?
Well, first of all, and I learned this in the very beginning, you can't say it's my team. It's a group effort, and like we're working on this together. And I mean, it is different. In the very beginning, we all were able to do a call with each other, and that's impossible when you have thousands, millions of people. You can't be that person, but you have to look in the reports and in your downline and find out where's that volume coming from, and reach out to that person. It's like, if you don't know them, then message them and say, oh my goodness, I see that you're really putting in a lot of people in. You got to let people know that you care, and look up, and you can see more than they can in the back office, and you connect them with someone that's in their downline or in their line, like a 40K, 80K, or 12K, that's up above them, and say, hey, can you all get together, and like, you're doing a really good job. The main thing is that you have to care about people, and don't ever think that that you can't. You have to always be the same. We're all like that. We all care about each other. Have fun, reach out to them, connect them, and you have to have a good time doing it. You have to focus on the needs. I mean, people are going to leave all day long, and I don't know why, but I mean, that's with anything. That's with the job, not just network marketing. People see something shiny over here that's really not shiny, and they end up coming back to their old job. And but that's what you got to do, is focus on getting those people to 4K and those car bonuses to them. Start with the basics, getting it for free, and working with their friends and having a good time with that. Is that help? Is that what you wanted?
No, completely. Yeah. I just think that people need reaching out, like checking and seeing what's going on. I don't think people understand how uplifting and encouraging it is for them to hear from you, that you notice them, like if you see, that's one of the things you did. I mean, you reached out to me, Tony, like I was intimidated. I didn't know, and you were like, hi, I'm here and I want to help. And I was like, oh my God, this is the coolest thing ever. Like, it meant so much. And I think about that and the way it made me feel. And it's what makes me reach down to people. And, I get up in the morning and I check my VIP reports and I'm like, who's this person? Like, I want to know who that is, because one person, you guys can change your entire business. Tony will tell you that. I mean, how many people have you watched come in, Tony, over the last 8 years, and they changed the game for so many people, like one individual, and it changed tons of businesses.
All you have to do also is whenever you're shouting someone out, and like I see tags, because I can't see all of that that's coming up in the back office like before, so I'm like, okay, we got 10,000 Kellys, 10,000 Lisas, Bob's, all of these names. But whenever you see a shout out, like, and they tag you, then say, who is that? They just hit fork. What? How am I missing that? You got to click on their name, message them and say, great job. And I've done that. People are like, thank you. Thank you for reaching out. That's all I do. Because it made me go, man, they're really doing good. I've been seeing this name, and just click on it and send them a quick little message. I mean, most people that are still working their job want praise. We like praise. We like people to tell us great job, a lot of people don't get that at their job, so people like to feel good, like they're showing up, they're working. Okay, they're showing up in your business, they're working, they're telling people. Just click on their name and send them a little message and say, great job, oh my gosh, you're doing so good. That, and they're like, you can see the smile when they respond, oh my gosh, thank you so much. Y'all start doing that, like telling people, great job. It only has to be 2 words, great job. Or push that mic button where it records your voice in Messenger. I just wanted to tell you how great job you're doing. Do that. Tell people they're doing good. People want to feel good.
One of the things that I love about you is you are the most humble person ever. Like, you are in no way, there's not even an ounce of arrogance about you. Like, with all the success you've had, if you guys meet Tony, I mean, you are the most warm, generous, awesome. I mean, you don't feel like you are better than anyone. And I think that that is why you are where you are right now and why you are so successful. What are some tips that you have for people that are on here, whether they're new or they've been in? Like, what are some things that you feel like these are things that you need to do every day to, grow your business, but also stay humble and be a good leader, a good person?
So one thing that you have to do is keep your shop open. So if you're posting on social media or you're sharing a story, you got to at least share it to your stories section, instead of, if you don't want it on your feed, but you've got to, like, at least, I hear this all the time, Lisa, and I'm not an expert. I'm just giving my opinion. But a lot of people say they like to do attraction marketing, which I think is freaking amazing. And y'all do good doing that. But if you're not putting something out there, like if you're just taking a picture of your flowers, I love fresh flowers. So put your Thrive on the counter and it's in the picture. People zoom in on pictures. Okay. I guarantee you, but you're taking a picture of your flowers. My flowers are still blooming. They're so beautiful, but the Thrive is laying on the counter. Okay. I was out by the pool this morning. The pool finally, we just built a pool. It's finally filled up today. And I held, the pictures look amazing when you hold them up outside in the sunshine. I'm like, the pool's filled up, but people see Thrive. Okay. If you're not posting anything or doing any shout outs, it's like, is the shop closed? Like, you got to let people know that your business is open, because once people finally decide to come around, and they might have seen you in 5 years ago, I had it happen to me, and they're like, now it's their time. If your shop's closed, they're going to go somewhere else. Okay. They want fun, exciting. They want to know that you're having a great time. You're on that trip. You had a great time. Oh my goodness. I just got my new car. They're like, Man, I wish I'd give anything if I had a car payment, or if I just utilized that $300. You have to want it. You have to write it down, and whatever it wants, it's on my screensaver right now. The things, my goals, and I write them, and then I screenshot it, and put it as my phone screensaver. So I see that. But the main thing is that you've got to get the messages out and not be afraid of no's. You've got to keep reaching out, to people and new people. And if you see someone on Facebook that's tired, you got to reach out. That's how my friend is thriving now, and from 3 days ago, and locally, is reach out. They need that solution. And the free accounts, even if you think, well, I'm not making any money on a free account, really, they might be in a sample time right now, and you're getting them on the phone with someone to share their quick story, not their 5-minute story. And because people don't have time for that, or putting them in a group chat or something like that, or however you guys are doing it. But you got to stay open for business, and you got to get them two for free, two for free, two for free. That is 3 people. One person comes in on your team for $200, say. Now the packages are $150, but if they want to upgrade to TAC or the black label or something, it's a little more. But I'm just using $200. If you have a customer come in that's buying $200 worth of product, and you're going to help them get it for free, then that's $600, okay? Because you have 3 people thriving now on your team. Keep doing that. Want to get $4,200 really quick? Find 7 people on your team that'll go get a new customer for $200. Help them get it for free. 7 times 3 is 21. Now you got 21 new people on your team. Customers, okay? Customers can explode your business because they go tell their friends, hey, you can get it for free. Now you got 3 more and 3 more and 3 more. One of those is your 200K. You just haven't figured that out yet, but you got to get customers and get it for free.
Yeah, and I mean, the best promoters started as customers because they love the product, like they genuinely love the product. And I think one of the things, like, do you still do 3-way calls, messages, whatever? Because I think that every time I interview a 200K, especially 200Ks that have been in the company for 6, 7, 8 years, they really stress third party credibility, whether they're using the fan page, and whether they're using, putting people through the funnel, or getting them in a message or on a phone call. And they really accredit third party credibility to growing their business. How important do you think it is?
I think it's very important. And whatever form that you're using, whether you're doing a voice message, whether you're doing I always talk to promoters, like, because I want them to succeed, and they only have 14 days to get those first bonuses. So we always do that. But with my girls now that are coming in, I need to be their voice, because if I personally brought them in, they don't I mean, they have a story that they feel better in the last 3 days, but I need to talk to their sister. I need to talk to their, you know, um, friend. Like, I'm going to help them, and I'm quick on the phone and on and off. Yes, I'm loving that. Oh my goodness, you're going to you paint that picture for them. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited for you. And you are going to love this. You already told them they're going to love it. So they're thinking, I'm going to love it. I'm excited for you. They're happy. You're excited for them. So yes, you got to figure out what's working best for you. And whoever's bringing them in has got to find someone that can talk to them. They can't all come to you, Lisa, but that's why you've got these leaders that are coming in because you're already a leader. When you start coming in as a promoter and you hit that bonus and you're already telling people, you're already leading that team, and you are amazing, and you can do it. You just got to believe that that capability is there for you because you're already doing it. So keep doing it.
What do you think? I mean, I've never asked this question before, but what do you think Lavelle will be in 10 years? Like, here we are, almost 9 years in another 10 years. I mean, where do you see Lavelle?
It's going to be pretty interesting when I look at my age and think where I'm going to be. I hope they find me something to keep me going because I'm like 10 more years. Do you know how much older I'm going to be? But, you got some young CEOs that, with some great people that are coming in and innovative, um, of the things that they are looking at the future. And, you know, I'm, I'm excited. I mean, if you have $1 billion company, imagine what it's going to be like in 10, you know, um, people are here to stay. If not, bring them back. Let's go, because there's going to be some great things for, um, the focus. I'm sure is going to be a lot on, regeneration and, anti-aging and things like that. What are people that with aging, what do they get? More discomforts, things like that. So probably diving in and focusing on where you see, you know, things that are going outside of Lavelle, what's happening. These people age, so they're going to be looking for anti-aging and things like that. So I'm excited.
And
Keep
it's
me in it.
crazy, like, what you have seen, like, it just all the different products and the stuff they've put out. Hold
Mm.
on a second. We gotta it's just probably crazy, like, looking at what you've already seen over 9 years, like, it's probably, like, I can't it's probably hard to even imagine, but the one thing that I do know is they will be here in 10 years, in 20 years, like, this when you think about, because I know you tried your hand in other network marketing companies, when you think about all those other companies you tried, and this is my last question. All those other companies you tried, and then Lavelle, what do you think is the biggest difference and why so many people succeed over here versus a lot of other companies out there?
Well, our company hasn't sold or changed its name like some have, and some that have gone out of business, or they've been bought by another company, or they're no longer in existence. Um, but the thing is, and I'm not knocking anybody, but I have seen some different owners that really got, let's just say, our owners care, and they care about this company, and they want it to succeed. And here we are, we're growing. I mean, we have more products coming out. So, um you got to look at the two owners of the company, and we have a great comp plan, and two for free, and people don't have to buy a single product, um, to be a part of this company and be a promoter, and they still can earn commissions and get their product for free, because that first customer makes them active.
Yeah, there's not, I don't think people realize, like, especially if you guys have not been in network marketing that long, we are the only company, the only one that you can literally start without a dime in your pocket and get a paycheck next Tuesday. We're
And
the
no
only
website
company.
fee. And no website fee, because some companies
Yep.
charge a fee, but Paul owns a software company, so there is no fee for us.
That it's crazy. No annual fees, no website fees, no
Mhm.
required auto ships, getting your product free as a customer and a promoter. Like, it's funny because when people come to me and they're like, well, can you tell me why? I already know when somebody comes to me with a comp plan that ours is going to be better, because unless somebody can match that, no annual fees, no website fees, no required auto ships, and money next Tuesday. I mean, sorry, but unless you can do that, and no company has done it to date, there's nothing that can beat our comp plan in that way. It's
And
not.
don't try to be the product expert, because the product expert is going to be the person consuming the product and getting the results, or that feeling, or whatever's happening, or the nutritional gaps filled for themselves. That's the testimony right there, not what you read on the product label. I mean, they can read that, but you got to be the messenger to get it on there, get them on the product, and share, if they want, if you're doing a 3-way chat or 3-way call with people. And as far as a comp plan goes, most people don't know comp plans until they start getting a check and go, I just want more of that. Because your comp plan should be bringing them in and, having a potential of $660 on the first $800 in orders that they brought in, and potentially doing that double in their first 14 days. That's the comp plan. Keep repeating, get them on product, get them for free account, get them on the product. Same thing, same thing, same thing.
Rinse,
It'll work.
repeat. Rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. Oh my gosh. Toni, I want to thank you so much for spending the last hour with us. It's always an honor. And I just cannot wait. I mean, I hope everybody on here gets to meet you in person at some point. And you truly, you are just so awesome. Like really, truly amazing. I mean, it's so cool to be part of a company where your uplines like actually they actually talk to you. They actually respond back when you send a message. Like it's just cool. And I love your story. Every time I hear it, I get chills thinking about how far this has come. And I get even bigger chills thinking about how far we're gonna go. Like when Jason Camper said when we were just in where were we? Where was I? We've been in so many
In
trips I forget.
Cabo.
Bravo. He said, if you guys think that we've come out with our best yet, you're living in la la land. Like you're naive because we have not come out with our best yet. I mean, they just keep getting better, and it's going to be exciting to see what happens over the next 10 years. And one thing I do know is we will have so many millionaires in 10 years, in 10 more years. I just can't even imagine where so many, there's people right now on this Zoom. It's their first time joining us that within 10 years you'll be a millionaire. There's people right now like that is exciting, so exciting to think about. And I'm so thankful every day that you said yes, and then Maria said yes, and Amber and Chas, and we're all here now because of your yes. And that's everybody on this Zoom. Your yes can lead to thousands of other yeses and changing lives. And I just am so grateful for you every day, Toni. I want to thank you so much for hopping on with us today. You're amazing, and happy payday, by the way,
Yes.
everybody. Happy auto bonus day.
Exactly. I'm seeing all the messages and I'm like, okay, we're paid. We're so blessed. And I want to thank you. You're amazing. I miss our visits when I
Oh,
was
I
in
know.
Arizona, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get out there, and we're gonna go to our favorite little brunch spot for
Yes,
sure.
we are. We are. Yes. And
Thank y'all so much. Yeah, I
thank
do
you
miss
guys.
you.
Thanks everybody for hopping on today. We appreciate you. Toni, thank you so much. And next Tuesday, you guys, same time, same place, same link. Get it out to your team. Just a different person we'll have on next week. So we've got a great lineup, and I am excited to just interview all the new 200Ks that are popping. I'm so excited. Have a good week, guys. Happy
Bye,
payday. Thanks.
y'all.
Bye, guys.